Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are actually doing surprisingly well against the Tempest trolls over here. Now we have some work to do, absolutely, but their numbers are a big disadvantage for them. Now we are working on upgrading over here, and we are working on constructing additional ships for this particular fleet as well. As far as this fleet over here, there's not a lot we can do about it at this exact moment. We're just going to hope that they don't do too much. That's kind of our goal right now, is hope that they go away. Again, that would be nice. But if they come up to like Lyceria and start bombarding that, that would be okay. That's really the only real target that they can hit over here. If they go up to like Shukon, I mean, they're going to take losses fighting this station. So that's okay too. All things considered, I think we're largely going to ignore this fleet for the moment. We will come back to it. But for right now, I'm not too awful concerned. Now, we're a little concerned about the Neberite Annihilator construction ships over here, but I have reason to believe, judging by their orientation here, you can see the engines, they are not claiming the singularity here. They're just passing through, and they came through the L gate. So they're just walking through. Hopefully they continue to do that, but for now, we're not in a position to do much about it. Now, the Starite Suffit is also being reinforced. We did run out of alloys. We're a little negative on consumer goods. We're still not where we want to be on energy credits either. We'll get there eventually. But for now, what we're more focused on is eliminating this fleet of the Grey Tempest. That is our current primary goal. So to that end, we're going to bump up to fast speed and continue our upgrades over here. That's excellent. And the Tribano station will be finishing those cruisers. Eventually, we're also working on those upgrades. The upgrades are probably going to finish before all of the cruisers are, if I had to guess. But that should be fine. We're pumping out the cruisers over here as well. We're probably going to exceed our naval cap here. That's okay for the time being. It is going to hurt our energy credits a bit, but we are starting to work on getting some proper energy credit production going, so we should be okay. There's a governing ethics shift. We don't really care too much about that at this exact moment. There's our orbital research mandate fulfilled. Okay, cool. There's also all these space whales here that will probably do damage to them if they try to attack over this way, so that buys us a little bit of time. Okay, the Grey Tempest fleet has moved back a little bit. Let's try building here. And I think I'm going to just leave the Dubious Abyss the way it is for right now. If they're withdrawing here again, this is the second time they've withdrawn from this area. And, I mean, maybe they're going to come out over this way, but we'll see what they end up doing. For now, we have our quantum field manipulation done. That will help our energy credit production quite a lot. Positronic AI is the way to go for catching up our tech. That will give us 5% overall research speed. That's very important. Excellent. Okay, the Tribano station is nearly done here. And this fleet strength is only like 7k, but it should be much, much better than our previous fleet was. We're going to go in. We're going to try this. Now, we may still lose, but I expect that we inflict substantial casualties on them. Remember, we are pretty well set up to fight them, so that is great. As far as these guys go, it looks like they are pulling back. They always only seem to want Masim. I don't know why, but okay. That's fine. We're not going to be too upset about that in the slightest. That buys us additional time over here. Maybe if we don't go into Dubious Abyss this time, maybe they won't come through this way again. We'll see. For the time being, we're going to head on in.
Intellectual booty.
Okay, we are negative on energy credits right now. That's not acceptable. So we're going to buy ourselves a little bit of time there. Excellent. Society research from researchers will be just fine. I think ship fire rate might be the way to go here. Yeah, I think that's the way to go here. Excellent. So we'll get that underway. We are at 1.6k. You can see here we are over our naval cap. That's not surprising. The Starite Suffit is still being constructed here. And we're going to go pretty far over our naval cap if we queue that up for this exact moment. I'm going to hold off on it for right now, and let's see how we perform in this fight here. Now, we do have our evasion unit here. So that's great. They do have their, I'm not sure that it's a perdition beam, but they have their super weapon that they can fire at us very early on here, but not if we close in fast enough. And it can only eliminate one ship immediately.
Give them a broadside.
And I believe it missed. So that's excellent. Let's see how this goes. Our picket ships doing work. Oof. We're getting pretty wrecked. Okay, that's about what I expected, but I wanted to see exactly how that worked. So our stations are much stronger for us than our actual ships are. Good to know. We did not really break through. Well, this interdictor was close. Okay, so we clearly need additional numbers over there if we're going to make that work. We're going to take the Diamond Sufit, and we're going to bring it over. It's going to take a long time to get there, and they're probably going to eliminate our settlement on Hotram, I would have to think. And keep in mind, they have Nanite Repair, so they will get this repaired up. So that's a bit problematic for us for sure. I'm not super shocked by that. I would have been surprised if that had gone well, but it didn't. That's about what I expected, to be honest. So yeah, they definitely went back into the dubious abyss there. So that's a bit of a pattern. Fascinating. Well, this is completely fine for the moment. This bureaucratic center does require an admin office. We'll put that in. That will help our Empire sprawl a decent chunk. So that is great. Pirates in the Uner system. Okay. I mean, these guys will get back there eventually, and they'll take care of it. That's 5 cruisers, after all. I was hoping that the 5 cruisers would be sufficient. It's not. And to that end, we may want to consider building ourselves a station in, like, the Navogi black hole, like halfway between. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the Navogi black hole would be halfway between. We build a defense station here, with the idea being to disrupt the piracy in this trade route. We do have a starbase cap for it since we lost a couple starbases over here, so that'll be just fine. We are pumping out additional cruisers, and that will hurt our naval cap for a little bit. These guys will be back when?
A system has been
Okay,
charted.
in a while is the answer. So we're going to continue surveying down over this way. We are actually expecting that they're building here. They're actually not. They're passing through. Okay. We're negative on energy credits again, and that is, in fact, a problem. I mean, we do need to deal with our energy credit issue. It is getting better, or it was, before this piracy happened. But we are working on a bit more long-term of a solution there, so that should be fine. These guys are moving in, and they will engage the pirates. We didn't actually lose anything over here, and the pirates will definitely die here. Excellent. Now, are we engaging the pirate station? The answer is no. So we're actually just going to go up there, and we're going to hit the pirate station. For right now, we're going to have these guys. Instead, they are going to patrol just these 3. Excellent. The pirate station will go away. There we go. And we're going to begin patrolling just like this. So there's less area for each fleet to patrol at this point, and that'll work just fine, in theory. Yep, and we see that our trade is much better now. Fantastic. The Neberites insult us. That's cool. They can do that.
Research complete.
Okay, so we have a tradition available here. The first tradition that we're going to take is almost certainly, well, do we care so much about this at this exact moment? Ship fire rate by 10% is a pretty big deal. I think we're going to take that for right now. We do need to work on our military might. There's no doubt about that. Citadels are now available, and Durasteel armor is extremely important to us at this moment. So we're going to take that.
A system has been charted.
Excellent. We are continuing to chart out over here. We're going to study this. They're actually just passing through over this way as well. Okay, so that's very interesting. Very interesting to be sure. This agro world here does require an agriculture district. We are low on consumer goods and food, so that's completely fine. This forge world requires an industrial district. It's not necessarily ideal. I would absolutely love to have mineral purification plants, or rather not mineral purification plants, but Ministry of Production. We don't have that tech just yet. So that'll do for now. But we can offset a few of these losses here. Look at that, only minus 67 on energy credits now. That's great. Really happy to see that. So that is improving dramatically. We are still going to have to sell off a few minerals to buy ourselves some time on that. But that's wonderful. We're very, very pleased there. Now then, where did our fleet show up? The Bloodstone Sufit. Sugalia. That's deeply unhelpful. We can't get to Trabano. We can't repair here either. Okay, well, we can rebuild the rest of the fleet at Trabano if we want to. I feel like for right now, I'm reasonably content just allowing them to bombard here. And you can see here, they are replenishing, although I think that I am going to build back up. We need 3 cruisers, 3 destroyers, and 13 corvettes. Okay. So 3 cruisers, 3 destroyers, and 13 corvettes, huh? Well, that's not all of them, but that's all that we had alloys for. That'll work for now. And of course, we are bringing up the, wait, these guys are wrong. They're supposed to be heading up this way. It's supposed to be the Spinal Sufit who are heading down over here. Okay, that's okay. We're going to move them in. Excellent. This bureaucratic center requires housing, easy enough. That will also help our energy credits situation slightly. That's good. And then once these guys arrive in Glidera, and we can just go ahead and continue upgrading this, although we are lacking the alloys for that, but now we can do it. Excellent. So now we are going to go ahead and do this. Okay, so obviously, just having this starbase here isn't going to do the trick. We're going to need to upgrade it quite a bit, and we're going to need to cover this entire area, which means that we're going to have guns on this. This is a trade protection station, is the idea. So we're going to do a gun battery and a missile battery, and for now, that's it. Okay. Ship fire rate, that's nice. Climate restoration or starbase cap. Or cyto-revitalization centers. We're going to go for cyto-revitalization centers. That's the better long-term play. And we're going full long-term here. Full long-term. The Topaz Sufit is underway. That's excellent. We need like 3 additional corvettes here. So 1, that's all we had there. But on this month's take, we can get another one. Excellent. And we'll just let that build for a bit. Cool. So these guys are on their way up. They'll arrive there eventually. It'll be a while.
Intellectual booty.
Okay, positronic AI finishing up is a big deal. Gamma lasers would also be pretty good. How heavily are we utilizing lasers, though? We have a few lasers, primarily on our cruisers. It's not ideal, but it'll do. We'll go for it.
We grow ever
I do wish that these guys were able to get repairs, but alas, they are not. We're just going to have to let the Topaz Sufit suffice for now. Okay. I do believe with a double fleet here, we will be able to eliminate at least 1 enemy ship, and that is the goal. All we need to do is eliminate 1 enemy ship. So that'll be great. The Navogi Black Hole, and yeah, our edicts have expired. That's okay for right now. We'll re-up those later. No big deal at this exact moment. That does mean that our fleets appear a little weaker on paper, but as to be expected in all honesty. So I believe that we need 3 additional corvettes. Sounds good. So the Tribano station, we'll go ahead and queue those up. 1, 2, and 3. We are negative on our energy credits yet again, to be expected. And we'll buy ourselves some time like so. What we're mostly waiting on here is population growth. That's mostly what we need, is just more pops. So that's okay. We are working on that, and we are growing them fairly quickly. And we're going to grow them even more quickly once we have cyto-revitalization centers. That will cost us exotic gases, though, and that's something we need to keep in mind. This agri-world, can we get any resources here? The answer is no. So instead, we are going to, of course, put in an agriculture district to help offset our consumer goods. Once that's done, our consumer goods should be solid. And we would absolutely love for this generator world to get some population. They're a ways away. Okay. So that's fine. Cyto-revitalization centers are done. Food from farmers and anglers is not actually what we need right now. What we really need more than anything is consumer goods from those, but that's not something that you get from nano vitality crops. So I think for right now, none of these are actually amazing, and we're just going to take hydroponics farming as a reroll. Cool. You can see here that they did eliminate our colony on Hotram. That's unsurprising. Where are they going from there? This way. So they're probably going to wipe out this fleet. This fleet is not really capable of doing much of anything at this moment, but I'm going to bump this up to 5, this up to 10, and then this up to, of course, 20. Okay, so this fleet is not going to present any challenge to them. The Slurpanor have grabbed the L-gate here, and here. Interesting. That's very interesting. Well, we'll take it away from them once we rebel, but for right now, we're not interested in that. And yeah, they're going to attack Yaragana. Completely expected here. Sugalia is going to be... I mean, we're really going to be struggling to get out of here. There's no way to do it. The enigmatic cache is here, though. And that's interesting. We're going to hide behind the enigmatic cache. We're going to sit, like, at this starbase.
Starbase is under attack.
And yeah, they're going to take that. For now... I'm interested in seeing if they attack the enigmatic cache. That's going to be fascinating to see. Battleships and Durasteel armor is now a possibility. We absolutely want to upgrade our armor type. No doubt about that. So for right now, we're going to go to Durasteel armor here. Do we have higher tech power generation yet? No, we don't. Okay. So just Durasteel armor like that. That's going to be just a flat upgrade. And that is wonderful. A good amount more. And then our destroyers, once again, just flat armor. We would want to run auxiliary fire control here, but we don't have power for it. So that'll be fine. These guys are going to immediately get their upgrades. And then the Diamond Sufite will arrive in like 700 days. That's fine. The Starite Sufite is going to get their upgrades as well. Excellent. So we fully expect that they're going to come through here and attack us. The question is, what does the enigmatic cache have to say about it? The enigmatic cache is moving. I have no idea if it'll fight back or not. But it's moving up into them. This is going to happen. This is going to be really interesting. So we could grab a starbase cap here. Or habitability twice over. We're going to go for the starbase cap. Absolutely. This construction ship requires orders. Its orders are to continue to construct, naturally. This construction ship is going to hold firm for right now.
Ships ready for action.
I want to see what happens here before we make any decisions. They ignore the enigmatic cache. Okay, good to know. So this fleet here is likely going to be going away. We are going to work on maxing out the fleet at Tribano for right now. Okay.
mining post lost to the waves.
And then they turn around? Okay, they're coming in again. Strange decisions, but sure. Not super shocking, I suppose. And yeah, this fleet, it was never able to repair, so it's just going to go away. That's fine. They apparently emergency FTL'd. And how many did they save? A decent amount, actually. Where are they going? Well, they'll return in about a year. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, they're going to destroy this, and then they're going to go besiege here. So that's fine. I was hoping that they'd fight the enigmatic cache. No such luck on that front, but that's okay for this exact moment. I want to move back up to Hotram, because we know... Oh, look at that. The L-Gate was actually destroyed over here. Or rather, the Slurpanor hold over it was destroyed. That's fascinating. Okay. So these guys are going to come in here, of course, and upgrade. We're going to continue maxing out this fleet. We are over our naval cap right now. That's to be expected. And why do we have a construction ship here? I have no idea what's going on there. I'm just going to disband it. I feel like we don't need it. Okay. So the Topaz Suphete is going to work its way up a little bit in terms of power level. Of course, we are working our way away at technology. Our gamma lasers will be finishing up in 5 months, so that'll be additional upgrades that we can put in. It's not really going to be enough to stop this Tempest Shoal, but we'll see what we end up getting. Our economy is now positive. That's huge. Absolutely huge. And if we look at the status of this trade route over here, we can see that our piracy is being reduced, at least over here, by our starbase in the Navogi Black Hole. So that is excellent. As well as our starbase in Hyamet, which is actually reaching up this way a little bit. So that is good. And we're going to continue to upgrade this, of course. For now, we'll put in a target uplink computer. And we're negative again on energy credits, but we expect that to be kind of fluctuating a bit, but overall trending in a positive direction. Mirren Warriors have been sighted. Okay. They are Mirren Ravagers. Okay, so they're another people like the Slurpanor, but they haven't had a great con. That's fine. Completely okay right now. We are playing the long game. The Topaz Suphete is still working away at being reinforced. Cybernetics, huh? Okay. Good for them. So we should be seeing our previous fleet come back soon enough.
Ever stronger.
We're going to build mining stations here, and then we're going to head up over here. We can see the Neberites took the XT-81 Singularity, which we're not okay with necessarily, but it'll have to do. We're going to immediately, of course, begin upgrading this starport. Hopefully we have enough time. There's our gamma lasers. We can also grab level 3 Guardian Point Defense. That's a pretty big deal too. So let's go ahead and upgrade our cruisers to gamma lasers. Rank 5 lasers. That is excellent. Of course, the cruisers are the only ones that actually utilize lasers right now. We're pretty heavy on our disruptors. We may want to reevaluate that at some point, but for now, this will be okay. Excellent. Cannot afford to reinforce this fleet right now. Yeah, that's to be expected.
The fleet has been refitted.
Excellent. So this is up to 6.1k right now. We're getting better on that front. I'm not going to call it great, but it's getting better. Fleet command and admiral cap, okay, versus damage versus star bases. Neither of those are amazingly great at this exact moment, although ship build cost and build speed might be good for us. We'll go ahead and take that. That will, of course, allow us to build faster and cheaper, which is good. Very, very good indeed. So we'll get a destroyer going in here. Let's check in on our colonies quick. Not a lot going on there at this moment. We would like to start upgrading to Cider Revitalization Centers. The main problem with that is our exotic gas fund is not great. So that's the main issue there. So Galia is, of course, going to go away eventually if we don't take action. The Diamond Sophite is going to be upgraded at Tribano when it arrives. Okay. The Navogi Black Hole is working away at its upgrades. That's good. And I mean, we're definitely going to continue working on our piracy over here. You can see that the current piracy is moving its way on up. But this piracy here is actually also moving its way up while we have our patrol in the system. That's not great, if I'm all honest. Not great at all. But once we have the Navogi Black Hole done, that will help offset that pretty dramatically and help us protect that trade. So that's good. We did just lose a scientist, but apparently it doesn't matter. Yeah, they just finished up in Sugalia. To that end, I doubt Hotram is going to be done anywhere near in time. Yeah, they're turning around and heading this way. We're just going to stop upgrading that, and we're going to send our construction ship back over this way. Cool. So this ship, or rather this fleet, is of course in need of a little bit more construction here. We'll go ahead and do that. And that'll finish up soon enough. This construction ship could definitely make some moves over this way. There we go. Okay. Of course, we're not grabbing this trade value over in Dupre, and that's definitely something that we want to do. But right now is not really the time to worry about that. We need to be working on our military issues. So the Bloodstone Sophite is going to go upgrade and repair. They don't have a lot here, but they have a little bit. They got pretty mauled by the Tempest Shoal, of course. That's okay. I wanted to gauge our fleet strength, and now I know that our strength is in stations, not in fleets, at least compared to the Grey Tempest. So that'll be fine. The Slurpanor are continuing to grab the Elgate here. I'm wondering if they actually have control over this or not. That would be interesting to know. Sadly, we don't really have vision over what they're doing. We can see their auxiliaries coming from our territory, but that's fine. We are running negative on energy credits again, and I don't like that, but we'll just sell off some minerals for now. I would really like to see some growth on our worlds here, and to that end, we're going to put in an energy nexus here. Yeah, that will cost us rare gases, exotic gases. And we'll also put in a generator district here. Excellent. Okay, another scientist just died, and these guys are actually heading in over here, so they're going to fight the space whales. We do actually expect them to be able to wreck the space whales fairly easily, although they might inflict some losses here. There's a lot of space whales. There's no doubt about that. Our fleets are at Tribano. Now, Tribano doesn't really have much for defenses. We'll queue up a few, but we don't really expect to be able to hold that for long. But yeah, they're going to fight the space whales. And maybe we should head in while they're fighting the space whales. That might not be a terrible idea. We're fully upgraded. Let's get in here. They're going to be weakened from this, at the very least. Yeah, they're taking damage. Oh, the space whales are actually wrecking them. The space whales got this. They don't need our help. The Regan Commerce Exchange has been destroyed.
We grow ever stronger.
Yeah, the space whales have got this. This is beautiful. Thanks, space whales. You guys are awesome. I knew we kept you around for a reason. Excellent. There is another Tempest Shoal on the way over. I think we're just going to chill at Tiana Vec. Those space whales did work. We're going to head up to Scott if we can. That would be amazing. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see about maybe doing some striking back at the Tempest Trolls. We're not really ready for it yet, but hopefully quite soon. That will be nice. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.